Okay, so I did not create a lot in 2021, and I am not proud of that. So I am trying to just create more in 2022. This is the start of that. I want to try to create something every week, even if it's literally like not good and random and no one understands what it means. I just want to make like just something each week. It's really weird to be back on campus because we're virtual right now. So the first 2 weeks are virtual, and then after we're gonna go in person. So it is kind of dead still here. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So with this school, the weekends are usually pretty empty because we are in Los Angeles and there's so much to do. So it's usually like this, kind of like a ghost town, but there's usually some people. So this is like actually like really ghost town, which is interesting. You know, it's only like 8 or 9 right now, and I'll skate over here and it usually kind of will be somewhat empty or whatever, but if I look somewhere there'll be people, you know, so it's really weird to like be skating for a while and you look in every single direction and there's no one here. It's really weird. I like having the presence of some people. You kind of feel a little safer just in case something weird goes on. You see a raccoon, you know, there's someone you can kind of run to, whereas here it's like you literally only have like the buildings around you, maybe some friendly raccoons, and the water fountain that you probably hear in the background. Why am I on campus if the first 2 weeks of my school right now is virtual? That's a very good question. I could have stayed home for 2 weeks and came back later, but I didn't. I am from the East Coast, so it is kind of weird, like why didn't I stay? You know, I'm not there that much, why didn't I stay? I think the main answer is actually because of fear. On the East Coast, it's super cold right now, or at least where I'm from, and the situation has been really bad, and it's getting really bad everywhere, you know, especially here as well, but definitely in the cold, it's just been a really bad situation, and so that kind of was scaring me a little bit. But also, I honestly felt that if I didn't come back now, if I didn't come back when, you know, we were supposed to come back, when normally we would have come back, that we would not have come back at all. And that's like, that doesn't make any, well, it does make sense, but it's not like this rational thing, you know. I don't know why. I really kind of was like, if I don't go back, what if we never go back? You know, that was kind of in the back of my head. And then also kind of with me, I like when things are separate, you know, like home life and school life is just separate. I didn't want to be at home doing college on Zoom, interrupting, you know, every single day because I have class every day, and just in the middle of the day, and then the timing's weird because it's Pacific time and Eastern time. Yeah, I just didn't want to mix the two, if that makes any sense. I just thought I'd be really distracted and just in a bad mood and just been like, I wish I just went earlier. But that's kind of the main reason that I came back now, because I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Like, we might go fully remote. This might be my last 2 weeks in LA, like who knows. And I just wanted to like make the most of it. That's kind of the main reason why I came back now. I think that we'll be back on campus after these 2 weeks. Am I a optimist in this? Maybe I'm being naive, I don't know, but I really do. I have hope that we will, so which is good. The situation has taken a lot of things away. You know, you're not able to see family members as much. You know, the last time that I was gonna see some family members was taken away from me, you know, and there's nothing I can do or they can do, obviously. It was the way, and it probably was, you know, for the best, because we don't want anyone else to get sick, obviously. But it's hard, you know, just those last moments. They're so precious, they're priceless, and it's just really hard that they're taken away. So I kind of don't really know what the deal is gonna be when we come back, you know, like when everyone comes back. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see people trickle in throughout the weeks, and on that second week, like when things kind of go back to normal, it's gonna be really interesting to see this influx and just this change of energy on the campus, because it is kind of like a ghost town. You know, you see some people, but there's literally no one. I kind of didn't think that, like, I don't know, it's only my like first like real day back, but I didn't really think it would affect me that much, just because I usually do kind of stay on the weekends, and it usually is like this. But it's just weird. I think with everything going on and like seeing the real impact, literally seeing that people aren't here, it shows how real the fear is. I don't usually like to dwell on these feelings. I just hope that everything will go back to normal, and I just like hope for the best, and I try not to like really think about it and dwell on it, because I think that if I focus on it, it'll come true. But I just kind of wanted to make something because I feel like a ton of people probably are feeling a similar way. There's a lot of fear going around, you know, and that's such a, fear is so it is just an emotion that I really don't like. It protects us from stuff, obviously, and can be a force for good in that way, but in other aspects of my life I really don't like fear. So it's kind of just something that I'm afraid of. I am afraid of fear. Yeah, like that's why I don't like it, and that's why I try not to like dwell on it and stuff. But I feel like ignoring it and suppressing it and just kind of acting like it doesn't exist doesn't solve anything. So I want to kind of try out something new. Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, I just want to like make stuff. Like with fear and failure. Okay, so last year, 2021, I really got a lot more into skateboarding, and I noticed that was kind of like the one consistent thing throughout the whole year that I had, was that I was just skateboarding, improving, learning something new every day. And what that's taught me is that you can't be afraid of failing. You can't be afraid of messing up, of getting hurt. I like to connect different aspects of my life together. I like to kind of think, how can one area of my life teach me about another area? So with this lesson, you know, because I faced a lot of failure in 2021 with specifically Shuv It, as you guys, like, I won't shut up about. With that, it's like so annoying because you're frustrated, you're trying so hard, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? How can I do better? How can I improve? And it just seems like, you know, all this effort's going to nothing. But in reality, each effort you're making is stored energy, and eventually it'll pay off. With that, I was facing a lot of failure, and I was like, why haven't I got this? And the answer to that question is that I'm afraid. If I really want to do it, I should be practicing every single day, even if it's for a minute. But I should do that. And the reason that I haven't done that in the past is being afraid, because every single time that I'm like, I'm gonna practice, my mind's thinking, you're just gonna fail, you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail, you're not gonna get it, you're not gonna get it, all these things, right? Literally like repeat in my last video. The fear of failure is what is hindering me from learning Shuv Its, you know, like actually practicing them and learning them and getting them. And I realized that that was the same fear that was stopping me from making videos, because I kept asking myself, like, I really liked making videos. I made so many videos. I mean, I never had like a consistent schedule, but I was more consistent than I was last year, obviously. What changed? Like, why don't I make videos anymore? I think that with 2021, I got burnt out. It was senior year, or the situation, all these different things, all these different emotions, and also I was just growing. I kind of just didn't want to make the videos I was making anymore. My interest kind of changed. Skateboarding really skyrocketed in interest. Yeah, I think I needed 2021 to kind of just take a break, step back, see what was important to me, see what videos I wanted to make, and learn this lesson through skateboarding of like not being afraid of failure. Yeah, I went on a huge tangent, but basically that is what I'm kind of realizing was the main reason why I stopped making as many videos. Why I stopped creating so much was that I was just afraid it wouldn't be good enough, that it wouldn't be entertaining, that it wouldn't get a good click-through rate, that it wouldn't have a good like audience retention. You know, with YouTube, it's changed so much. People are trying to make every single second count, watch every single second, and it's important, you know, whatever, business-wise, right? But focusing so much on that, I think, really just took the fun away from me. It made me kind of get into this cycle of trying to perfect things, you know, just like being a perfectionist with videos and being like, this isn't good enough. Which, when you're creating something, if you like have these really high expectations and you're like, if what I'm making is not going to meet this high expectation, you're never going to make it, because you're just going to be like, this isn't good enough, this isn't good enough. That's what I learned in 2021, at least with myself making videos. And I just kind of want to get over this fear of failing, because like, it doesn't matter if this video is trash, it doesn't matter if like this isn't Picasso like art, like Mozart, like whatever. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It just matters that you're trying. You know, it's the same with skateboarding. Once you stop trying, you fail. And it's the same with anything else, like anything you're creating, anything you're doing. Once you stop trying, you fail. So yeah, that's basically the moral of the story. I want to create stuff. I'm really excited for this year. Hopefully it'll be a fun one. Hopefully things will improve. I really hope that everyone can come back to campus and we can continue learning here. I love the energy of this city. I love the energy of like being on a college campus with other creatives, other people your age. It's a super fun time. And yeah, so that's it for now. See you later.